Hey everybody. All right, here's a football talk with Coach Chip short. Got it down just a little over 11 minutes, a little over 12 after I do the intro and the outro. This is on the jet drill. I took out a lot of the fluff and me just running my mouth. So let's just get right down to it. But before we do, don't forget seagle.chip@gmail.com and Football Talk with Coach Chip on Facebook. It's at Chip Seagle on Twitter. That's picking up a little bit, by the way. Had several new subscribers this week. Anyway, that's enough fluff. Let's get right down to it. A short from Football Talk with Coach Chip covering the jet drill. Be sure to share. Now, here you see is our jet drill left, and it's set up for a half line. Now, what you got to realize is facing them on the same hash, about 20 yards away, is another group, the right side, working jet drill right. We don't work the back side of it during the drill because all we're doing is kind of man blocking it over there in case the quarterback keeps it and throws the backside slant if they want to chase motion and leave the flat wide open on the backside. And you can go to I think episode 2, and we talk about the what you can do off of the jet sweep. But this one will deal primarily with the jet drill. All right, the red things you see right here, those are cones, and I call that the hump. All right, and I tell them when they get the ball, the jetter gets the football right here. When the jetter gets the football, he is going to bubble back to create space between him and the O-line, and for that free 3 technique running through right there. Now you can full reach it and block the B gap, and if he's in the 3, you block him. Now the way we've done it in the past is pull him, and I'll show you that in a moment. Pull that guard. He's going to bubble back, get behind the cones, and follow those cones. No matter what, in the beginning of the drill, no matter what you do, you follow those cones. And you see they'll take you all the way to the sideline. And it trains them to run to the jungle, run to the green grass. I can't even remember who I got run to the jungle from. It's not, and I didn't get it from Credence. Run through the jungle means run to the grass. Go where it's green. Okay, and stay outside no matter what, And I tell him, I said, the good Lord comes back while we're doing jet drill, he better find your happy butt running the hump. Okay? All right, now the X, or the wide receiver, is going to run off stalk the corner. They get great stalk work doing this, because you'll have 2 or 3 doing it this way, 2 or 3 down here, the other group doing it the other way. If you flip them, you can have them do it one time, jog down there, and when their turn comes back, and you're just repping it like crazy. We put it in, it's like 10 minutes first few times we do it. Once the kids learn it, we go jet drill. And usually they can see because the cones are set up. I like to do it coming either right at the beginning of our offensive time or right after a break, right after special teams, so I can be setting up the drill. All right, the H is always going to stalk number 2, okay? And you count from the sideline. Wide receiver's got number 1. H has got number 2. The running back is going to run. I got him kind of wide here, but really what he wants to do is run through. I can edit that, can't I? Look at me. He wants to run through right here, and if anything is hanging off of his tackle's block, he knocks the crap out of it as he continues on right here at an angle, trying to pick off a linebacker running. Okay, right there. All right, now what about, all right, of course, reach number 3. 1, 2, 3. Left tackle is going to reach number 3 right there, and he's going to work to the outside. And I'll tell this kid right here, don't get reached, and make this guy work his butt off. Work his butt off coming out here. And you've heard me say it before. You can't reach anyone that doesn't want to get reached. And I show them all the time. And I say, you can't reach my old butt. Because as soon as I'll get in a 5 technique, and as soon as the ball snapped, I'm hauling butt to the sideline, and they're chasing me. I said, stay with me. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to stop and play football to make a tackle. And that's when you tell the jetter, when that happens, if you get this right here, and he's doing this like that, sooner or later, then he can cut inside that, then get back out there on the hump. Get back out there on his path. Because And there's going to be teams that are going to do that. And there'll be teams that come out here and do crazy stuff like do this. And there'll be teams that put a guy right here and they'll bring a guy way up right here trying to come box you. And now eventually, once you get the drill down pat, you put a boxer out here. Okay? And the H still going to block like this. And the tailback knows he's going to get the boxer. Unless you like doing it with your tailback over here. Okay? And you can do that. It just depends. But what we've found is teams will overload us to the field because we're such a, we've been in the past. Remember now the last 11 years I've been at Lynette. And now I'm starting a new gig over here in Manchester, Georgia. And, different group of kids we'll see and what we're going to do. But I don't know how we're going to do it yet, or even we're going to do it to the same extent that we did it when we were at Lynette. But he'll go get him. And I've had him communicate where the H turn around and say, get him. Or the tailback and say, get him, because he's going to get this guy here. And that's what doing the jet drill does for you. It allows the kids do it so much, they get comfortable with it. And they'll practice that thing so much, and they learn to talk. And I empower those kids to talk and give them a sense of ownership over what they do. And so and I tell them all the time, I said, listen here, I don't care as long as you get the thing done. Talk about it. You got to do it in a hurry because we practice the drill full boat. But we're going to reach. We're going to stalk with number 1. We're going to stalk number 2. We're going to reach number 3. And if they overload you, that's when you make the adjustments. I've actually, if people want to do all that crazy stuff, I'd empty that joker and put the tailback out here too. And let the tailback be. I said, how many of y'all want to put out there? And then sometimes we'll bring the other receiver over here and go over. It looks like some of that Navy stuff they do. Some of y'all probably seen some of the footage on some of the other episodes. We'd have two guys on the line right here, the H and the tailback out here. Okay? So we got four guys outside the tackle to the play sides. How many of y'all want to put out there? You say, well, you're going to run out of people pretty soon. Well, I can put the tackle out there too. I can put the right tackle out there. Okay? We're just going to put him out. We can keep moving people over. We can get that what they call that stupid formation. That's fine. But sooner or later you're going to weaken yourself in the box. We're going to fake the jet. We're going to run quarterback power. We're going to check out on your butt. All right, back to the drill. All right, now the way I've got it drawn up here, the guard is reaching. We're on full reach on this. Now what you can do, and I've had a lot, and another reason why I'm revisiting it, I don't know if I've answered questions properly or not through email and messages on Twitter and Facebook. You're going to pull that joker right there, okay? And he's working at an angle, all right? And he's looking inside for a guy coming right here, for a backer coming. He said, well, I've heard people say, like, guards can't get out there fast enough. Yeah, he can because, look, not all guards, okay? Now, I remember where I was, we were a little more athletic. Our line was small and athletic. This guy right here the last several years was like 180 pounds and had the skill set of an H or even a running back as far as speed and all that and agility. He just didn't have the hand-eye coordination to be a skilled guy like catching the football and stuff like that. But he was, if you saw him walk, if you were in our weight room and you saw him working out without a shirt on or something like that, you would think like, my God, what's he play? Is that a strong safety? No, he's a guard. And an all-state defensive end, DJ. We had kids like that were getting out here. Now, I know that some people don't, and that's why I said you can full reach it. It's okay. But what I'm saying is, if that guy's got any agility, he can get out here far enough because look what the Z is doing. The jetter is running the hump. We're not cutting it up right here. We're not cutting it up right here. You go back, look at episodes 2 and 3, I believe, and look at the jet highlights, and you'll see, or I'll show you where we did it wrong and show you the result, and I'll show you where we did it right, and I'll show you the result of running the hump. They cannot cut up in here because it screws up the blocking. First off, we're not blocking in here. And I tell them, and you can tell them and tell them and tell them, and sure enough, they're going to do it. But let a game or two or a full scrimmage go and they start getting teed off on by them backers who aren't getting blocked and we're just trying to get in folks' way as they're coming out of the middle of the formation, they'll figure it out. And just show them film. Show them the film that I've uploaded onto YouTube. This is how you do it. You run the hump. So he's going to pull right here and work wide, or he's going to full reach. In the drill, we do not block the 3 technique. I'll take like a really athletic, fast, twitchy kind of guy. They got to be the best player. And yet I tell them, nobody's going to touch you. The snap count is on its first sound. Okay, you know the snap count. I don't even watch the football. All I want you to do is when that ball is snapped, I want you to haul butt right here. And you can even haul butt at an angle if you want to. You see. And try to touch the jetter on the hip. Try to touch the jetter on the hip. And if he can touch him, that means our timing's off. Then I got an issue with the quarterback and the jetter. Right in here, I put that cone. Maybe about where the guard is with B gap. And the quarterback can start getting an idea about where he needs to snap it based on the center snap, based on the jetter speed. Look, the blocks that matter, guys, are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those guys getting those linebackers, that's kind of hinky whether it matters or not. It just depends on how good their linebackers are and how good your jetter is. And if they just get out there and get in the way and make these guys not be able to run a straight line, make them run around people. Just make them make a move. And I tell them, don't worry about them dancing. Don't worry about them dancing. Dancers aren't tacklers. Okay? If dancers could tackle, then the solid gold dancers would have been in the NFL. They're not. So make them, if you just get out here and get in the way, it's kind of like a screen. We just, a few episodes ago, we did our screen drill, which is very similar to this. In the way we block it and the way we set up the drill, and it's got little, nuances about it that make it different. All right, so, and we don't read the jet. Well, there you have it. Football talk with Coach Chip. Short, the jet drill. Took all the fluff out. It's going to be less than 13, 14 minutes by the time we get through with it. Be sure to look below in the notes and the description for links to some extended versions, us talking about the jet. And don't forget to go on Football Talk with Coach Chip on Facebook and contact me through email, which you see right here. And I'm at Chip Seagle on Twitter. All right, again, look below. Hey, comment, ask questions. Look at the links below I'm going to post. And if you're interested in running the jet, I just had a great conversation with a coach last week about it. Hey, until next time, this has been Coach Chip. Be elite.